Hi there, book friends. Hi. Today, I shall be telling you my TBR for the Reading Rush, formerly known as Booktubeathon. Yes, I know I'm late to do this. Don't come for me. I must tell you that I am drinking blackcurrant and blueberry tea, and if you're drinking tea right now, comment below, and if you're not drinking tea right now, go and get some tea, god damn it, and then tell me what flavour of tea you're drinking. Okay, so the Reading Rush is an annual readathon that is hosted by lots of different booktubers, which I will link. But basically, every year there are challenges, and this will be my first year doing it. As it's my first year on BookTube, I felt that it was a staple that I really needed to actually do, even though technically I'm still doing the Book Junkie Trials readathon, but we'll just... all of the books I'm reading like fit into the prompts for both, so it doesn't really matter. So, first challenge is to read a book with a purple cover, and for that I'm going to read The Colour Purple by Alice Walker, because like it is obviously the perfect book to read for this challenge. I mean, I could not have picked something more purple than this. Not only is the cover purple, but the colour purple, the word, it's literally called The Colour Purple. I mean, how more purple can I get? This book is an adult contemporary. It begins in the deep south. There is a trigger warning associated with this book for rape and sexual assault. It touches on religion and goes into a female romance. There is a film for this as well, which brings me to the 7th challenge of this readathon, which is to read and watch a book to movie adaptation, which I will watch, which was produced by Steven Spielberg. I'm very, 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 very excited to both read this and also to watch the film, because I'm one of those people who tries to avoid watching adaptations of books until after I've read the book, which really, really annoys my partner Jacob, because he wants to go and watch these films, or he also wants to watch the adaptation of Good Omens, and he's just finished reading the book, but I will not let him watch it in my presence until I have read it. So I'm literally the absolute worst. The next challenge is to read a book in the same spot, and I'm probably going to end up doing that with 2 books. I have a particular book for that challenge, which is Deep Trouble, Goosebumps, so it's by R.L. Stine, but I will probably also end up doing that with Animal Farm, because they're just both so thin. I will probably end up reading them on the sofa or in the bed, or it depends whether we convert my little reading space, which you might get to see. The 3rd challenge is read a book you meant to read last year, but for me, as someone who has a terrible problem and has hardly read any of the books on my shelf, that genuinely could be any books that I owned last year. So for me, that's going to be covered by particularly these 2. So it will probably be covered by this Goosebumps book, but it could be covered by The Colour Purple as well, because I am a terrible person who does not read the books that I own. Come for me, I guess. That you can come for me for, because I deserve it.
Not this time.
Challenge number 4. 4 is to read an author's first book, their debut novel, and for me that's going to be Shatter Me by Tahira Mathi. I bought like the entire setup to restore me from the works. I really wanted to get to it. My friend has just started reading them and she's read the 2nd book now, and I really want to talk to her about them, and the covers are really pretty. Like, this is so pretty. Like, this is a BookTube staple book, which is kind of why I ended up buying it, because I was curious, but it's about someone who has inhuman powers, and it's in a dystopian future. I think she's called Juliet. She has like a Rogue from X-Men vibe where like her touch kills people, and I cannot wait. I love Rogue from the X-Men, so I hope that like those vibes, like the X-Men vibes, are there, because X-Men is my favourite Marvel like comic. The 5th challenge is to read a book with a non-human main character. So for that I'm going to read Animal Farm by George Orwell. Obviously, you know, most of the characters in this are farm animals, so I don't feel like I'm going to be robbed of that challenge. Animal Farm is basically just the communist agenda, but I'm so intimidated by this. I get very intimidated by classics. I'm like kind of scared to read it because I'm like, what if I just don't get it? What if I read it and I don't get it and I am really stupid? But like, I know it's written like a children's book and it's like tiny. It's like less than 100 pages long. In fact, it is 95 pages long. Like, I cannot be bested by this book. I cannot be bested by talking farm animals to her and get it together.
4.
That's not a 4, that's a trident.
There's a 4. Take trident.
And then lastly, challenge 6 is to read a book with 5 words or more in the title. And for me, that's going to be The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. This is my cover and it's so beautiful. Because I have like, Jacob has the entire set that are from his childhood, and so we actually have 2 copies of The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, but I like mine because the covers are prettier. I decided to read these in chronological order rather than publication order. So I've read The Magician's Nephew. I really liked it. I haven't rated it yet on Goodreads, but I think it's going to be a 4-star because I did really enjoy it. I mean, it's not one of my favourite books ever, but I did enjoy it. And I guess kind of Aslan is a main character as well, so I could argue that this also has a non-human main character. But yeah, so Narnia, the Chronicles of Narnia are like kind of a staple. It's also another thing that I could watch the adaptation for. Like, I could totally watch Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe this month. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I'd quite like to watch it actually. Oh no. If you don't know what Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe is about, it's like a group of siblings go into this wardrobe, and in that wardrobe there is like this fantasy world. They go into another world and it's great. I mean, there's a lion and there's a witch and there's a wardrobe. I really think I'm going to enjoy them because I really like religious subtext. I studied religion during my A-levels. I did philosophy, ethics and the study of Christianity as a subject, like as one core subject, and it was so interesting. So drawing all of the parallels here is going to be really fun for me. I'm so excited. There's like another like bonus challenge, which is to read 7 books. Those are only 5, so if I end up doing that, I will also be reading some of my ebooks that I have. So I'll either be reading The Haunting of Hill House or like an arc I have for a book called Take It Back, which is, so they're both like darker books. So one is a horror and one is a psychological thriller, and I don't know which one I want to read more. Like, maybe I'll have a poll for it if you fancy telling me which one I should read first if I get there, though this is already a lot for me in a week. But you never know, I might read all of them, despite the fact that I've completely already accidentally not read a book for the first day of the Reading Rush. Whoops. Instead I was custom content shopping on The Sims. We won't talk about it. It was a terrible life decision because now I'm obsessed and I want to do it again today. I will be vlogging my experience. I probably won't vlog the last day of the Reading Rush because I will be travelling home. I'm going to see my friends perform in a play in the theatre company that I grew up going to. So I'm really excited for that. They're doing The Crucible and I'm sure it's going to be amazing, because who doesn't like hysteria and witches? I sure do. So I have been Tyrion, the business goth of book flicks, and I will see you very, very soon. Like and definitely comment. We can be friends. It will be great. I always respond to comments at the moment, so tell me anything. I love all facts. So have a nice day, have a nice tea, and goodbye.